I still remember the night I saw Wando, the king of our community, sacrifice his only son to the gods. I am Akachi, a young man from Obodukwu, a small Igbo community in Nigeria. Our community was known for its rich cultural heritage and traditions. But behind the scenes, our king Wando was a heartless and a power-hungry man. I was just a teenager when I stumbled upon the king's dark secret. I had snuck out of my house to meet a friend at the local market. As I walked through the forest, I heard strange noises and chanting. I followed the sound and found myself at the edge of a clearing. That is when I saw the king Wando standing over a large stone altar. His son Obinna was tied to the altar, struggling to free himself. The king was chanting and dancing around the altar, surrounded by his local guards and some traditional priests. I watched in horror as the king raised his hands to the sky and began to chant. The air grew colder and the wind started to pick up. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind blew and Obinna's eyes went wide with fear. The king's guards saw me and chased me away. I ran back to my house and my heart racing with fear. I didn't sleep that night, thinking about what I had just witnessed. The next day, Obinna was reported missing. The king told the community that his son had gone to visit his mother's family in a neighboring village, but I knew the truth. Years went by. I kept the secret to myself, but the memory of that night haunted me. I began to notice strange occurrences happening in our community. Crops would wither and die, and people would fall ill without any explanation. The community was plagued by misfortune, and we all knew that the king's actions had brought a curse upon us. One day, the king's guards came to my house accusing me of being a witch. They said I was responsible for the misfortune that had befallen our community. I was taken to the king's palace and thrown into a dark cell. That is when I realized that I had to escape and expose the king's evil deeds to the world. I managed to escape and ran to a nearby town, where I told my story to anyone who would listen. The news spread, and soon the king's wickedness was exposed. The king was banished from our community, and his son Obinna was found alive, hiding in a nearby village.